congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
I wonder if we could just start, if you could tell us a little bit about Frances, about what she's like and how we meet her in the movie.
Well, Frances is in the movie. She's 27 years old. She lives in New York City. She's a dancer, and we meet her at a kind of moment in her life where she has to give up certain things that she doesn't want to give up, like the dream of being a dancer or the dream that she's going to live with her best friend forever and that they'll never really grow past this point of being in their 20s. And it's about her. In some ways, we always described it, she lives in all these different places and she's kind of going from place to place and looking for her home, and we always thought of it as like a road trip movie where nobody goes anywhere.
She seems to me like she's a character that probably some people will find incredibly endearing, some might find frustrating, or probably a mix of the both.
It is. Some people say I've had a lot of different. We were at film festivals and then talking with journalists and people in the same screening. Someone will say like, "I just wanted to strangle her," and someone else will say, "I just wanted to hug her." And I don't know. I mean, I think your reaction to Frances also depends on where you are in your life. In some ways, I think it's like a Rorschach test. Like, do you see this is this way or this way? And I think it's been fascinating. But of course, like, everyone's right. She is incredibly frustrating and also lovable.
Yeah. You co-wrote the movie. Do you feel like you've got anything in common with Frances? Did you put anything of yourself in there?
Oh, I mean, I certainly both Noah and I put things of ourselves both into the character of Frances, but also into other characters, which always feels like we're being sneaky because nobody like says, "Is the character of Lev based on you?" or something like that, because they wouldn't assume that that's anything from your life. But yeah, I mean, I certainly put things in from my life, but a lot of it's invented. Most of it's invented, and it really becomes a fictional character. In some ways, it's like when you reappropriate something into fiction, it takes on the fiction. It ceases to be connected to your life, and it's for them.
Yeah. And you've worked with Noah before, but this is your first time writing with him.
Yeah.
How did that process come about? Was it after Greenberg that you kind of decided?
Yeah. It was after Greenberg, and he asked me if I would be interested in writing something with him. So it was after it was edited and out in theaters, and I felt like I love writing, but I felt like I'd been acting so much, and acting had really taken over as the main creative thing I was doing, and I was still writing. I just wasn't finishing anything to put into the world. And so I felt like actually when he asked, it was sort of this perfect moment, because I did have all these ideas that I hadn't used, and I felt like I sent him, after he asked me if I'd be interested in writing with him, I sent him this list of stuff. It was like little moments or exchanges of dialogues, but like a little character idea, and I sent him this document, and I said, "Here's some thoughts," and then he loved it, and then he sent some more, and then we just started working from that way.
And it's a collaboration that's obviously worked because you've already made another film with him. Is that right?
Yeah. We have. Yeah, we've written 2 more together, and
an animated film about a dog. Is that right?
Yes,
Sounds
we made
very
it animated.
exciting.
Yes, that one is totally about my life. Yeah, I really hid that one.
And then a lot of reviews that I've read have kind of compared Frances Ha as being French New Wave, Woody Allen, Girls.
Yeah.
How have you reacted to all those? Because I understand that you've worked with Woody Allen. Was that before or after? And Girls came after you'd written the script as well?
Yeah. No, I worked with Woody Allen before we made this film, and Girls came into the world after. I mean, I love all of those. I love the French New Wave, I love Woody Allen, and I love Girls. So for me, I take it all as a compliment. I don't know. I mean, that's high praise to me. So I feel very good about that.
And I just wondered, from the movie, from a structural point of view, it seems a very bold structure to take on. You kind of, you jump in time, but as an audience member, you never really feel lost. You always feel like within 2 or 3 lines, you know exactly where you are with the character location, time?
Yeah, I mean, it was in some ways it was like playing with these almost we when we were writing it, we called them chapters, like these chapters that almost function as their own short stories, but then that there's a bigger arc in the whole thing. And I mean, I think both Noah and I as audience members, I love scenes where you sort of feel like you cut in, you're coming into the scene after it's already started and you cut out before it's done, and you just kind of get this middle part. Yeah. And I think for me, like I've always really loved, especially in plays, like I feel like Pinter does this really well, is you don't totally know what the relationships are, but you kind of figure it out as it's happening. Because I think sometimes, I mean, I like movies that everything's up front and there's exposition up front, but I do love movies and plays where there's mystery to it. And it's like, because in life, no one announces who they are. You're already in the middle of a relationship and there's a shorthand, and it's not like you... And I feel like in some ways you're allowed to write things that are more impressionistic than precisely like laying it all out. That's not to... I've written things where you lay it all out, and it's equally hard. It's just a different kind of writing.
Yeah. Well, Greta, thanks a lot for speaking to me. Congratulations on the movie, and yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice to speak to you.
Nice to meet you.